In Hindu scriptures, ego, often referred to as ahamkara Sanskrit, is considered a central concept in understanding the nature of the self and the cause of suffering and bondage in the material world. Today we'll be discussing what ego is. What is ahamkara? Ahamkara has two parts. Am equals I and kara equals maker or doer. So ahamkara literally means the I maker, or the sense of I am the doer. It is the false identification of the self with the body, mind, and personality, rather than with the true self Atman. Let us now see how ego is described in different schools of Indian philosophy. 1. Bhagavad Gita. The Bhavishyatara Purana says, Ahamkara, the sense of ego, is the cause of all sins. The Bhagavad Gita also explains ego as a component of the lower nature Prakriti that binds the soul to the cycle of birth and death. 2. Upanishads. The Upanishads also give a clear explanation of ego and its dissolution. They state that the realization of the self-Atman as non-different from Brahman, the Absolute, is possible only when the ego is dissolved. The famous Tattvam Asa, thou art that from the Chandogya Upanishad. This statement indicates that the individual self is ultimately one with the universal consciousness. However, this unity is veiled by ego and ignorance. 3. Advaita Vedanta. Adi Shankaracharya, the exponent of Advaita Vedanta, considered ego to be the root of avidya or ignorance. Due to ego, we mistakenly identify with the body-mind complex rather than realizing our true self. He taught that Atman is pure consciousness, devoid of all modifications like ego, and that realizing this requires the removal of ego through discrimination viveka and detachment viraja. Discrimination is the understanding that one is not the body or mind, but the eternal self. Detachment is non-attachment to the fruits of actions, which are desired by the ego. Shankara said that these two practices purify the mind and lead one to the direct experience of the self. He also gave methods for their practice, like self-inquiry atmavikara, the neti not this method, and the practice of names and forms of Brahman. In summary, ego or ahamkara is the sense of I am the doer, which leads to identification with the body, mind, and actions. All schools of Hindu thought agree that ego is the root cause of suffering and must be transcended to attain peace and liberation. It can be overcome by realizing that one is not the body or mind, but the eternal self or Atman. Methods like self-inquiry, devotion, meditation, and detachment help one to realize this truth and transcend the ego. And finally, remember, you are not this body.